Decode next week's key data with WeTrade. At 9:30 p.m. on 11 February, the U.S. will release the January non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate data. Right now, employment remains a key guide for markets trying to judge the pace of the economy. Any result that comes in notably above or below expectations can quickly shift how investors assess economic momentum. If the data differ from what the market is expecting, volatility is likely to show up first in risk assets. If the U.S. initial jobless claims released at 9:30 p.m. on 12 February stay near record lows, that would offer some support and help buffer consumption and broader economic momentum. On the other hand, any rise that comes in higher than expected could intensify market concerns about weakening economic momentum. At 9:30 p.m. on 13 February, the U.S. will release the January CPI data, including the year-on-year headline CPI, not seasonally adjusted, and the month-on-month CPI, seasonally adjusted. The market has already accepted that inflation is easing. The debate is now about what is driving it. Goods have largely been priced in. Services and the core components are now the key test of how sticky inflation really is. The year-on-year figure shows whether the trend is still intact. The month-on-month figure shows whether near-term inflation momentum is shifting. It is also a key input for whether interest rate expectations need to be revised. If the monthly data turns sticky again, the market's view of the current interest rate path may need to be reassessed. At 11:30 p.m. on February, the U.S. will release the EIA crude oil inventory data. Right now, oil prices are being pulled between short-term events and longer-term supply and demand expectations. In this context, inventory changes will be a practical gauge of how resilient oil prices really are. If the latest inventory data show a drawdown, it suggests short-term supply and demand are still providing support. However, expectations of ample supply over the medium to longer term are likely to keep a lid on how far oil prices can rise. With employment, inflation, and energy data all in play, markets are waiting for a fresh signal on direction.